Guys, welcome back to Ed Gasket Garage, where we take a rather small garage space and fill it with big projects. Projects so big we can only do one at a time. This one's done, and that means we have to sell it. The R8's already sold, allegedly. AKA, I have not been paid for this car yet. Good news, a potential buyer is coming tomorrow. We gotta give this car a good detail. But first, it never gets old. If tomorrow this dude doesn't buy this car, I'm buying it. I actually got to pull it back out of the garage. I just did that for the effect. I like to fill my pressure washer up with definitely not dish soap, and then give the whole car a good once over and then rinse it dry. Once the tires are totally dry, I hit it with Hot Shine from Meguiar's. I don't often use this when I'm gonna daily drive the car, but I will use it to try and sell the car. Problem is, this stuff's really slick, and if you hit a turn doing about 90, you might end up going through the windshield because of your tire shine. So this buyer is coming momentarily, and there are really only 3 potential outcomes once they get here. The first is that the guy gets here, loves the car, and loads it on his trailer and drives away. The second is he gets here and realizes this is not the car that he thought it was, wants to negotiate a lower price, and that wouldn't be very good. The third option is he gets here, hates the car, and just drives away without even offering. That would also not be good. Although none of these scenarios have happened yet, in this video, you're probably about 30 seconds to a minute away from finding out if I sold my Audi R8 and exactly how much I got for it. Of course, I'll tell you that. That's what everyone's here for. It's all they're ever here for. So now that this car is cleaned, it's for sale, and someone's coming in the next, 10 seconds of this video to maybe buy it, I should definitely not drive it ever again. Guys, it is the next day, and unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, someone's coming to look at the car in the next 1 minute, or for you, 1 second. I'll give you one guess as to whether or not he's buying it. Yeah, baby. Oh, I gotta get my license plate back. I smell clutch. Not bad. I only have 30 days to put this on a new car, or else I lose the plate. With the YouTube plate removed, it doesn't look as much like mine, but I'm still sad about it. Nice truck and trailer though. It's definitely going to a good home, and I hope he has a good time with it. There she goes. On to the next one. I'm not crying, you're crying. So this is the part of the video where you probably want to know what I had into that car and what I sold it for to see if I made money, lost money, or broke even. I can tell you right now, I'm married and my wife watches these videos, so there's no way I'll admit that I lost money. Now, before I give you specifics on those numbers, we gotta make an upgrade in the garage. Because when I put this garage together, I wanted it to be my dream garage. And right now, there's nothing too dreamy about the way that that space looks or the containers just sitting on the floor. So let's get these packages in the garage and make some upgrades. Oh! I guess the first one's pretty obvious. Second box is a little less obvious. But this one's a complete surprise because it was shipped by Workerman. What's Workerman? Workerman is a subscription box service that caters to garage enthusiasts. For people who like to tinker, for people who like to turn wrenches, and of course for people who just like to frick around in the garage. Workerman boxes ship on the 1st of every month, and each one's filled with garage gadgets, goodies, and tools. Let's open our box. Oiling can, easy out drill bits, magnet extension. What's this? Oh, interior cleaning gel. I've always wanted to use this. Ever see this stuff? And in case you're confused, an inventory list. Now, if you're ordering the Workerman box as a gift and you want it to arrive on a different date than the 1st of the month, Workerman has you covered. With your subscription, you can choose a welcome package, which ships immediately, and inside is a small gift, as well as a bunch of information regarding your incoming box. Head over to workermanbox.com to get started. Don't forget to use the code EDGASKET for 10% off your subscription. Now back to the video. Let's get the big bulky items out of their boxes so we can revamp this wall. And then once that's done, I'll tell you how much I sold the Audi for. All right, so it looks pretty good. It's not the end product that I'm looking for, but much better than what we had before. Now we have two of the Milwaukee toolboxes, this Husky workbench in the middle. One big problem though that needs addressing immediately is the fact that none of these workbenches are level. The garage is sort of sloped this direction, which means the second Milwaukee bench is now about an inch lower than it needs to be. I'll be using some 1x3 and some 2x4 to make feet for these workbenches to bring everything back up to level. Something I love about the Milwaukee bench is that you can actually flip the worktop over for a fresh start, which will help us match the other two benches. I still need some level of storage underneath this workbench, so we'll use two of these bins, which leaves plenty of space for the shop vac. The problem is that just took away from the clean look that we had. Now it's an eyesore. Let's put up a curtain. Now that's a lot better, but are they long enough? With the bottom half of the workbench space looking exactly the way I wanted, neat, clean, functional, and spacious, the top half now looks sucky. Let's give that space an upgrade and then we'll get back to the Audi R8 numbers. I didn't forget about you guys. It's just hard to stop once you get started. This is just a small shelf we're adding to the back of the workbench so that nothing can fall behind. I found these 4x8 sheets of brick pattern at Home Depot that we're gonna add behind our workbench. First, I'll add a few dabs of construction adhesive and then mount the panel to the wall. I'm using 16 gauge finish nails to mount the panel to the wall while the adhesive dries. Once the adhesive has dried, the nails really don't serve any purpose, which is why I'm so arbitrary in firing them. I'm really happy with the way this looks compared to what we started with. And this is a great start for improving the look of the workshop. So, you want to know how much I sold the Audi R8 for. I'm thankful that you're interested in that number. That means you're somewhat interested in what's taking place in this garage, and I don't feel so bad asking you to please hit the like button and subscribe. The all-in price that I had invested in the Audi R8 was $61,369. And when the gentleman came to pick up the car on the day that he bought it, a great guy who has great plans for the Audi R8, he paid me, cash, $63,000.